I never thought I'd be the kind of person to sit here and spill my heart out like this, but sometimes, when life blindsides you, the only thing left is to let the story breathe. It started on what felt like an ordinary Sunday afternoon. I was sitting at the kitchen table with my boyfriend. Well, I thought of him as the love of my life back then. His dad had stopped by to drop something off. They shared some small talk, a laugh or two, and then his father left. Nothing unusual, nothing suspicious. But the moment the door closed, and I heard his father's car pull away from the driveway, my boyfriend turned to me with this look in his eyes. I can't even explain it. It wasn't sadness. It wasn't relief. It was this weight, like he'd been carrying something inside him, and now, suddenly, he had to let it out. He just said my name softly, and then he told me, "I need to tell you something, and it's about my dad." At first, I thought maybe it was about family drama. I know their relationship had always been rocky, but I never pushed. Everyone has their baggage, right? So I just nodded, ready to listen. But what came out of his mouth next, I wasn't ready for. He told me that his father, the man I had always greeted politely, smiled at, thanked for Sunday dinners, wasn't just his father. He was also the reason our relationship had cracks I never understood. Because while I was falling for his son, his father was falling for me. I laughed at first. I swear, I actually laughed because I thought it was some twisted attempt at a joke. But the way his face hardened, the way his voice shook when he repeated it, I knew it was real. His dad had told him, just days earlier, that he was in love with me. I felt the air get sucked out of the room. My chest tightened, my stomach flipped, and suddenly I couldn't even look him in the eye. I wanted to scream that it was impossible, that he had to be mistaken. But deep down, a part of me already knew. Because when I replayed the moments in my head, there were signs. The way his dad's compliments lingered longer than they should have. The way his eyes stayed on me a second too long when I laughed. I'd brushed it off as harmless, as me overthinking. But now it all connected. And here's the part that still breaks me. My boyfriend didn't just tell me what his dad confessed. He told me he had seen it. He had seen the way his father looked at me, the way he leaned in a little too close when no one else was around. And the worst part, he admitted that for weeks he'd been watching me too. Watching me like he didn't know if I was guilty or if I was innocent. That shattered me, because suddenly I wasn't just dealing with the betrayal of his father. I was staring into the eyes of the man I loved, realizing he didn't trust me anymore. I wanted to defend myself. I wanted to swear that I had never, ever encouraged it. And I did, but the damage was already done. He said he believed me, but there was this pause, this hesitation in his voice that cut deeper than any accusation could. I felt like I was being punished for something I didn't even do. For feelings I never asked for attention I never wanted. The days that followed were a blur. His dad kept showing up, like nothing had changed. Smiling, asking me about my day, pretending as if those words had never left his mouth. I felt trapped in this twisted triangle I never chose. And my boyfriend, he grew distant. Not because I betrayed him, but because his father's betrayal poisoned everything between us. I remember one night, sitting in my car outside their house, crying so hard I could barely breathe. Because I realized I wasn't just losing my boyfriend. I was losing the version of myself that believed love was simple, that believed people played fair. Eventually I walked away, not because I stopped loving him, but because every glance, every silence between us carried the ghost of what his father had said. I couldn't compete with that shadow. I shouldn't have had to. And here's the truth I didn't want to admit for a long time. Sometimes betrayal doesn't come from the person you expect it to. Sometimes it comes sideways, blindsiding you, ripping apart something beautiful without ever laying a hand on you. It's been months since that day. I still think about him, my boyfriend. I wonder if he hates me. I wonder if he hates his dad more. I wonder if he'll ever be able to love someone again without suspicion hiding in the corners of his heart. As for me, I've learned something I wish I didn't have to. Love can be fragile. It can be tainted by things outside your control. And no matter how much you try to hold on, sometimes the damage is bigger than both of you. But I've also learned this. My worth is not defined by someone else's obsession. My loyalty is not up for question just because someone projected their desires onto me. And maybe, just maybe, walking away was the bravest thing I could have done. So if you've ever found yourself caught in the middle of something you didn't choose, feeling like the world is questioning your heart, please hear me. You are not responsible for someone else's betrayal. I thought I lost everything that day, but maybe what I really lost was the illusion. And as painful as it was, maybe the truth, raw and ugly as it is the only way forward.